Yo, this video is going to be a raw talk talking about scaling, specifically about creatives, and I'll be talking also more specifically about where I'm at with one of my e-commerce stores. So essentially I have this one e-commerce store. We are currently spending $500 per day on our ad account. The last 2 weeks, honestly, performance has been very great. The ads in the ad account, we have about 5 ads that are winning inside the ad account. We have it inside a winning ad group, and they are doing very well. But now the challenge is to continue scaling further. Like right now we haven't hit the ceiling to the point where we can't increase budgets too much, where performance is just becoming inefficient. We're still able to hit our targets, so we're continuously increasing budgets by 20%. But in the back of my mind, I know there's gonna get to a point where maybe it's at $600 a day, maybe it's $700 a day, maybe it's $1,000 a day. It's gonna be capped to the point where we can't increase budgets anymore because the ROAS is simply dropping, and it doesn't make sense to keep the budget so high or increase it any further because, again, the creatives can't handle that level of spend. So in situations like that, and this is going to happen to everybody when you're scaling, or it's currently happening to you, you find yourself in a situation where you need to obviously create more ads. And this is an issue that honestly I've had for I guess quite a while. Honestly, it's finding out what type of ads makes sense to continue or deciding to create. So a good rule of thumb that I found honestly in the past couple of months, and shout out Dante, you guys probably seen him in the e-com space. He explained that when you are looking to scale up an ad account, it's important to kind of understand that you should focus 20% of your time in the creatives to doing iterations and 80% on net new concepts. And that just means that the net new concepts should be new concepts that aren't iterations. They should be new concepts that you're trying out different frameworks, different maybe avatars. To be honest, not new avatars, because doing new avatars is kind of a new whole thing, but new avatars down the line when you really have pushed the limits with the mass desire that you've been testing. But specifically just new angles, new clips, new creators, just new everything to make the ads as fresh as possible. Because at the end of the day, we all fall in this trap where we are remaking the same ad over and over again. It might work a couple of times, but you have to understand that once you find the couple of iterations that work off the initial winning ad, you gotta move on, because you can't just keep beating off the same specific ad, because at the end of the day, you're just basically making the same ad and it's not gonna scale to the level that you want it to scale. And for a while in this dropshipping e-commerce game, I was just making the same ad over and over again, changing the hook. I could pump out like 50 ads with literally the same thing, just changing the hook, and I thought that was gonna scale. But you get to a point where it's just inefficient, you can't scale anymore, and you wonder why the ROAS is so shit. That's because you're just making the same ad over and over again. That's just fatiguing, so you need to find a different way to, one, improve efficiency. So again, if you just find a new ad, you can make a couple iterations off it. So maybe that's testing new hooks, testing new creators, testing adding a voiceover to it, testing a bunch of different things just to make the current ad, just to build off on what's working. Maybe increase the hook rate, increase the hold rate, increase shit like that. And then once you are able to pull that off, then stop playing with that winning ad and now move on to something else. But just a rule of thumb, every time you're creating ads, understand that 20% of that shit should be iterations. So don't focus all your time on iterations. Like, you can do iterations. Honest, that's the easiest way to increase the efficiency of your ads. But you need to understand that 80% of your focus, and this is going to take time because you might have to do more research or look for more competitors that are crushing it to find new ads that are performing well. You can target the same persona. If you can find a different persona that performs well, then that will be even bigger unlock for you. For me specifically right now, I have 2 great personas that I can kind of play with, and that's what's honestly been giving me a little bit more room to increase budgets on what's been working right now. I don't want to get too deep into what those personas are, but one of the personas, though, if I crack it, we might be able to honestly spend upwards of 1K plus a day, because it's very more evergreen rather than what the initial persona was. So I'm just honing on that. That's been working very, very well. It's been outperforming, honestly, on a ROAS level on the main winning ad that we've had, honestly, since Q4. So that's very, very good. So that's why right now and today is basically a creative day for me. So that's why this is the top of my mind. But I'm looking at this shit and looking how can I, one, work off some new winning creatives. We had one new creative this week, so I did an iteration off that. And then now, when I come back from the gym, I'm going to look into how we can actually fuck around and find some new ads that can perform well. Will we do like maybe a testimonial style? Will we find a different, I don't know what we'll find, but it's just important to just be hip and just kind of study what your competitors are doing, see what's working in the market, and see how you can make better ads that are very organic but still focus on what, you know, the benefits, the mass desires are, all that shit of your product. Like the biggest thing for me, my biggest takeaway when I've been doing product research, been doing creative research, I'm really analyzing what type of creatives are scaling organically on TikTok Shop. And on TikTok Shop with Kello data, you're able to see exactly how many sales a creative is doing. And when you're looking at the shit, all of these ads, like they'll get 1 million views and they'll push like $250,000 in sales. And you're looking at these ads, it's literally like somebody's talking to their friend explaining how this product literally changed. It's so organic, so seamless. Sometimes you will watch the video for like 15, 20, 30 seconds. You don't even know it's an ad, right? So that's even what's performing on Foreplay when you're looking at the ad library, or if you don't use Foreplay, just looking at your competitors. The biggest dogs in the space right now, they get it. That's what's working. And it's very hard to kind of work off that type of shit when you're not, you know, sourcing your own content, stuff like that. But nevertheless, that's what's working right now, and that's what I'm understanding, that okay, I need to probably source some more content, and I need to kind of focus more again on the organic aspect of the creatives. The best creatives that are working right now in the ad account are very, very organic styled. Like the way it's styled, the way it's frame, everything, the way it's framed is very, very organic, and there's no surprise why those are working when I analyze them. So when you guys are looking at this creative shit, at the end of the day, the creative shit's the most important thing when it comes to this e-commerce game, because that's like the main differentiator between you and your competition. So you need to take that stuff serious, and one good creative can literally scale you to 6 figures a month. In Q4, there was like, how many creators? Probably, honestly, in Q4, like 3-ish creators, maybe more. I think it was honestly 3, but one main one was scaled us to allow us to do damn near $200,000 in December. So, to be honest, I'm gonna say $200,000. We're off by literally 4 racks, so 200 racks in December. But it was literally just off one good creative that's genuinely still working right now. Like, it's still working right now. Take that in. It's still performing right now. So once you crack that one ad, like you're game, you're good. But now the hard part gets to when you have to work off what worked and see how you can make it better and find new winning ads. That's why I like the 1 CBO ad structure, because it forces you to find new creatives. If the creative isn't good, the creative doesn't eat, that means you didn't find a new creative. With the ABO shit, like, it's cool, you'll find new ads, but you'll find that they don't really scale well and they die off very, very quickly. That's why I kind of transitioned to the 1 CBO structure. That's allowed me to kind of test out the shit a bit more intensively and kind of give only the best ad spend, and, you know, test out and see if it really works. I might potentially see if A/B test it and see if those ads that do shit maybe are winners in their own CBO. But from what I've tested, like, briefly, it doesn't usually result to be the case. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about, the creative shit. Creative is the most important thing, and that's where I'd say honestly, the most of your focus should be on the creatives when you are, to be honest, in general, that should be where your focus is. But once you find a product, your main focus should be you making the best ads. Hold on, let me part this bitch. So yeah, it should literally just be you. This is what you should be thinking about every time you are doing product research. You know, anything you're doing, the product should be obviously good, problem solving product, evergreen product, or at least, you know, make sense, have some proof of concept that it actually sells. Number one. Number two, has to have saucy, good creatives or good enough creatives. Even if you rip it, if that's the case, like it's not ethical to do, but at the end of the day, this is dropshipping. That's the game. If you're gonna rip it, make sure the ads you're ripping are very, very good. Three, have a good offer. If you have these three things, like your site could theoretically, honestly, I've seen some dog shit ads. I mean, some dog shit websites, but they have all three of those intact and they absolutely print. So don't think that you need to get stuck in the nitty gritty of the website creation. If anything else, if you have your ads dialed, your product is amazing, and your offer is awesome, bro, I promise you, you will print. And it's impossible for you not to at least hit 1K days with a system or a framework like that. So just want to talk to you guys about that as I am looking to find new ads for the first brand. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to beat the current winners because I know that this performance won't last long if we continue to increase our budgets. So I need to find new winning ads so we can continue to scale this current store. Right now, again, I just got to the gym, so I caught y'all after my workout. Real quick though, let me actually tell you guys exactly what happened yesterday in terms of the new brand, the new store that we launched, earlier this month or whatever. So I was able to find the product I wanted to test. I was able to create the ads yesterday. I got, how many? I got 4 ads creative, launched it today, and right now we're waiting to see if we're gonna get some sales. Let me see. I don't see any sales right now, but when I opened the ad manager this morning, the CTR looked good. CPC honestly looked pretty good. Now we're just waiting to see if there's buying intent. This should honestly, I'm the type of guy to say shit like this about every product I test, but it should honestly, hopefully, get some sales or perform well because the offer is very, very good. The product is very, very good. That store, I don't want to expose too much. But the product that I found it on Kalo Data. I need to stop talking about Kalo Data because I'm not getting paid to talk about it. But I found out Kalo Data, and this product is ripping 40K days. Nobody's really fuck. You guys probably will find out. I don't really care. But ripping 40K days. The main competitor is, they're killing it on TikTok Shop, but they're not really taking advantage of meta ads properly. So I made some pretty decent creatives. Again, I'm the type of guy to say all the shit I do is ham until it flops, and I realize it was shit. But anyways, so yeah, everything there looks good. The offer is solid. The creatives are solid. So the only issue here could be that the offer might fall off if it doesn't do well. If it doesn't do well, then oh well, next product. But I do think it should get some sales, and we should be testing this product at least for a week if we're able to get some sales into the door in the first 3 days of launching this product and shit like that. So little update on there. And let me know though if you guys want to see like a little breakdown of kind of why some products failed, and just explain to you guys why I turned it off, why I decided to pick the product, and just better analyze and just show you guys everything I can incorporate in these videos or separate videos. I seen Ben Facciani and his homie do it. Honestly, I like the idea a lot, so I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate you guys. Great idea. So if I end up doing it, shout out them. But I like that idea. I like to just show you guys. I think someone else did it too, but I like the idea. I want to show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes of what I'm testing if it flops. I would even want to show you guys the brands I'm running, but I seen he got leaked, so I don't necessarily want to show my shit. But I'd be down if you guys were actually genuinely, wanting to see that shit and it made sense. So yeah, that's about it. I know I said I was about to get into the workout, but I want to update you guys on that. And now I'm really going to get into the workout for real, though. All right, boys, we're back from the gym. Right now, we're going to be talking about, first of all, before all that, that was a solid workout. I'm very pumped to get back to the work that I do. Gym honestly gives me a lot of energy and just gives me new, fresh ideas. And just, I don't know, the gym just boosts my day, gives me a good kind of intensity to my day to just want to win and just make a lot of fucking money. But anyways, besides that, though, right now we're going to talk about, or I guess more brainstorm what I want to do for Mother's Day. For Mother's Day, I want to somehow get some scale into the door. I want to use Mother's Day as an opportunity to boost revenue and, bring a lot of profits into the door. And how are we going to do that? Mother's Day is in May. We need to plan ahead of time. I'm thinking of, does it make sense to send out products to creators to get some new content in? I'm thinking about it realistically. It is I mean, low-key it might arrive, but it's such a window of time to kind of, what do you call it? It's such a short window of time to scale that maybe the focus shouldn't even be on sending out more. Yeah, it shouldn't even be on sending. Yeah, the focus shouldn't even be sending out more creatives. It should just be working with the existing creatives that we have right now in the pipeline. Yeah, that's more of the plan to just. Yeah, that should be the plan to just get some more content out of them, because we don't want to be waiting for a week and a half for them to create the content once they get it. So work with the existing creators that we have. And we're gonna try to just push out, basically use what we know that worked in Q4 that allowed us to scale to 6-figure months, and just change it up and just make it related to Mother's Day. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So anything that worked in Q4, we're gonna switch it up to Mother's Day. We'll make some new concepts, get some fresher creatives. Um, Probably use the offer that we used in Q4 potentially, because we know that's working. So we're just gonna use every winning variable that we know and see how far we can scale. I don't know if Mother's Day has the opportunity to force the scale up to 6-figure a month. Last year in May, we finessed $89,000 before we lost access to that ad account. But yeah, low key, I think we could potentially finesse and get up to 6 figures for May and get April up to there if things go to plan. So we need to prep now. We need to kind of strategize how we're going to do that. We need to make sure what type of offer we're going to run. Like I said, we're probably going to run the Q4 offer. I'm not the Q4 offer. Probably just the Q4 offer, honestly, because we already know it works. We're going to use winning ad frameworks that we know work, and we're just going to test pretty aggressively. And I don't like to put the evergreen creatives alongside with the ones that are specifically for a, what do you call it, for a holiday. So we are going to make a new campaign for the Mother's Day creatives, and that's how we're going to kind of scale. We're going to leave the evergreen creative on, use that at whatever budget it's at, and then we're going to fuck around and what the fuck, leave that at whatever budget that's at, and then we're going to fuck around and play with adding some new Mother's Day shit to it and see how far we can boost the sales. So that's kind of the whole goal for this shit, and see how we can scale the business and see again if we can get to the 6-figure. Hold on, I gotta do this turn because I'm a bit stuck. But see if we can push these 6-figure months, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I like to use periods like Mother's Day as a way to kind of boost momentum inside the businesses and just bring in some more scale into whatever I am doing. So that's the plan there. I'll update you guys later on throughout the month, or to be honest, the month's over. Just update you guys on what I'm planning to do and what will make sense to do. But yeah, that's what shit's about to look like right now. What else do I have for today? Because I told you guys that we're working on creatives. I told you guys as well we're planning the Mother's Day stuff. So honestly, today's a pretty jam-packed day. I'm heading home from the gym right now, and we're going to see what type of performance we can get there, because at the end of the day, again, we're trying to scale this shit up. Right now I'm seeing the same shit over and over again. But yeah, the whole goal today, creatives, Mother's Day, see how we can use this to scale up the main brand. And that's kind of all that I got going on for today, realistically. In terms of you guys, what you guys can take from this video, you guys honestly should be taking action right now to start your e-commerce business if you want to. A lot of you guys, again, been DMing me, how do I start, how I do this. I'm liking and I'm appreciating that you guys are interested in getting started into e-com, which is great. But you guys also need to take action. Like, you sending me a DM isn't necessarily enough, and you can't let that be the gratification that you get for yourself. You need to actually take action and start what do you call it? Start taking action and plan out how you're gonna make this e-com stuff a reality for yourself. Make a goal for yourself, break it down, and just see how you can achieve these results, because a lot of these results you guys want to hit aren't unrealistic. They're results that you can easily achieve. I'll tell you guys right now, if you're trying to hit 30K a month with your e-commerce business, which is 1K a day, it doesn't take that many orders to get 1K a day, especially if you're selling a product for around $50 to $60. It's highly, you know, possible to do. You just have to understand and be willing to learn. Take the same grind, the same discipline that you guys take when it comes to school and your work, if you guys even take discipline in that. If you don't, well, you guys need to get discipline somewhere else, from the gym or whatever. But just lock in with that shit and really change your life, man. That's kind of what this e-com stuff is all about. This entrepreneurship shit's all about. Just taking that risk, you know, and just bettering your life for not only you, but for your family members. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just for you. This is for everybody around you. And even if this is just for you, then understand that this shit's not gonna be easy, but it's just a learning curve, just like everything else. Like when you first got into school, you're doing math. Maybe the shit was hard as fuck. You guys, math's a bad example. Never mind. Let's say a video game, honestly. Video game's something more relatable for us guys. Or sports or video games. You guys are most likely very, very shit at it, right? Dog water, booty cheeks, very, very shit. But in you playing the game multiple times, whether it's sports or video games, you're able to understand what works, what doesn't work, and you're able to understand that, okay, I'm gonna do this level multiple times over until I'm able to beat the game. It's the same thing with business. You're gonna be testing products over and over again. You're gonna be making creative sites, everything over and over again, testing what works until you find something that clicks, and that's when you're gonna find your winning product. So it's important you guys to understand that just because you're failing doesn't mean, or losing money doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean you should quit. It's just you understand that the more times you fail, the closer you're getting to your destination. And again, look at your inputs. Whatever input you're doing, the more consistent you are testing shit out, the more highly probable that it is that you're going to find success or improve whatever you're currently doing. So that's how you find success with this e-com shit. And this is just advice for even if you're seen success before and you're kind of in a drought, or if you're starting off from scratch. You just have to test shit and just work off what you've seen working and what you've seen that didn't work. If you've seen something working, continue to do that. If you see some shit that's not working, then bro, stop doing that shit, understand it, mark it down, document it on a journal, and just understand what doesn't work, what works, and just create yourself a process, a little like framework to see, okay, this is the type of ad that got me a sale, or look at, okay, this type of product that got me a sale, write it down. What characteristics did this have for every single step of the process? And before you know it, you have a little framework, a little SOP for yourself, and understand, okay, when I'm looking for products, I'm looking for this. When I'm building ads, I want the hook to be like this. When I am burning on my ads, I want to set up all my ads like this, because this is the framework of the structure that worked for me when I got my sale. I was able to do this and that, and this pricing structure works best. This type of niche is what works best for me. And you just want to build this type of system out for yourself and understand what makes sense for you. So if you guys want to start into this shit, please do. It's literally Q1 is over, sorry. So you guys missed out on Q1. You guys don't want to miss out on Q2. You want to build a foundation right now and find a product that's working so you can be able to scale for Q4. As you guys saw on the channel, I went from January to September, or October, yeah, from September. You know, I was in a very bad drought because I lost access to my ad account. My ads are very optimized, and we're in a horrible position with the main brand. But Q4 came, and because I already had a bunch of winning ads, because I already had a bunch of data behind, you know, knowing what works and what doesn't work, even though we lost the ad account, in a 3-month time span, we were able to generate close to $500,000 in revenue with the business. Did we want to do more? Yes, but due to the fact that we're basically doing like 10K. Okay, no, not 10K. I'm boosting. We're doing around 20 to 25K a month back in January to August, because again we lost our ad accounts, and all the sales we're getting was basically organic or our email list. We're trying to build up consistency again, because again the ads are very unoptimized. We had to rebuild that shit brick by brick, and we still were able to do 6-figure months even though we're at a very low point with the shit. And that's the same principles that are able to get you to your first 6-figure months, even if you're starting from scratch. But you need to build the foundation right now so that you're not second guessing what works and what doesn't work when it comes to October, November, December. That's when you should be printing. You shouldn't be really thinking about testing for real. That should just be you scaling what's already working. So get started right now. Please, please, please get started. If you want to obviously do it. If you don't want to do it, then I don't really give a fuck. But a lot of you guys DM me talking about it. If you're watching this shit, I'm guessing you want to start into e-com. So yeah, for the people that are doing it right now, shout out you guys. I'm proud of you guys. Let's win. Let's fucking win the week. Let's win the day. Let's win the year. And let's fucking make it out with the trenches, retire our parents, and become, the first millionaire for most of us in our family. That, right? That's what we want to do. That's what we inspired to do. So don't give up. And again, let's fucking win. Been your boy Wedge. On my way to the crib ass. Catch y'all in the next video. What the fuck is it snowing, bro? I don't get why it's snowing, genuinely, because it's March and usually it's not snowing like this. To be honest, it's the end of March. It shouldn't even snowing at all, for real. It was warm last week. Anyway, I'm going on a side tangent. Appreciate you guys. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace, peace, peace. You are my niggas. One time. Peace, peace, peace.